Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 105. Today, I'm going to finally get to, because we had to get the MFJ thing out of the way, the Grundig G3 shortwave radio, AM, FM, stereo, shortwave, air radio. Now, this radio, about almost a month ago now, was on sale on Amazon for the low price of $47. $47. Now this radio it's got all the features of a radio that normally costs over $100, and this radio normally costs around $100, but Amazon had it on sale for a short period of time for $47, and then it went up like after about 2 or 3 days to like $55, and now it's back to their normal price of $90-something. So anyway, one of my subscribers, was kind enough to give me a direct credit, to purchase this radio to review it. So I did that. I got the radio. I didn't get the $47. I got the $55 one, so I missed the super deal, and we're going to review it today. So I'm going to move the camera over so you can see it, so pardon all the joggling and everything for a few minutes. See if we can get this set up. We get a halfway decent view of it. Okay, now we'll zoom in a little bit. And then we'll move the camera over a little bit, and then I'll move myself over so I can get to it. So there it is. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to get to all the features and get to all the details of the features in the time I've allotted myself. I try to keep my shows now under 20 minutes and preferably under 15 minutes. Because it just takes me a long time to upload a show. If I do a show that's 20 minutes long, it takes me like 6-8 hours to upload. Anyway, let's get going. The first thing, look and feel of the radio. Okay, when I got this radio and I took it out of the box, one thing that really struck me is the feel of the radio. It's some kind of like rubberized finish to it. It's probably plastic underneath this rubberized finish, but it doesn't show scratches or marks because it's rubberized, and it feels good, and it feels safe in your hand. So look and feel, I would give it definitely an A for the case itself. Okay, now speaking of case, it comes with a case. Would you believe it? Now, keep in mind, this radio was on sale for $47. So it came with a case. It also came, and you can see it plugged in here, an AC adapter. So it came with an AC adapter. So that's cool. Now, functionally, it's AM, FM, long wave. It's also long wave. It's FM stereo, and it has an aircraft band. So according to the manual, it covers from 150 kilohertz to 30,000 kilohertz or 30 megahertz. That's pretty broad. And it covers the commercial aircraft band of 118 to 137 megahertz. So all that in this radio. Now, you can kind of see the size of the radio. It's about 6 inches by 4 inches. That's kind of the size. Other features it has is it has RDS. Now, RDS is what you'll see in newer FM radios where the stations now can broadcast some digital information and the radios can decode that. And that information can be things as their call sign, what kind of music is playing, advertisements. So it has RDS capability on FM. The other thing it has, which you don't see in too many radios, and I think it was Sony that came out with it, is synchronous detection. And the idea of that is that synchronous detection allows a radio to lock on or sync on an AM or shortwave station on the carrier, and then once it's synced onto the carrier, then it can discard that carrier, because especially on shortwave, that carrier will, the strength of that carrier will come and go, and you'll hear the audio come and go, and in using synchronous detection, it replaces that real carrier with a simulated carrier, and therefore you have a constant signal. At least that's the concept. So it has that capability too. Very rare in radios in this price range. Might be the only one that has it. So it has that. It also has a line in, audio line in and line out, so that you can use this as a small amplifier with and use its built-in speaker, or you have a line out if you want to take the audio out and play it through the stereo system or your computer, or have it record the audio on your computer. There's a lot of programs that will decode data information that's on shortwave via programs on your computer, so that gives you that convenience. Also, and that's kind of, let's see where that's over here, I believe. Nope, it's on the other side. On this side, though, since we're here, is, get my hand out of the way, is the headphone jack, if you want to use headphones or earbuds, the external antenna input. So if you want to use an external antenna, it actually has an input for that, so that you don't have to clip on to the built-in telescopic antenna. And then the switch over here is the local DX switch. I'm sure most of you know what that is now. That's so that if you're listening to a local station, you can put it on local and it doesn't overload the radio. And if you're listening to a station far away, shortwave for instance, you can turn it up. You turn it on DX or long, and it has a extra amplifier, RF amplifier, that boosts the signal coming in. Okay. Now on this side, we have, this is the tuning dial for tuning the radio. Down here we have, for shortwave, we have a wideband and a narrowband filter. If you've got noise coming in on a station you want to listen to, you can eliminate that possibly by switching to narrowband. If you're listening to a very strong station and want to get more fidelity back, you can put it on wide in case you're listening to music. And then down here is a thumb wheel to use for fine-tuning single sideband when you're receiving single sideband. And then down here on the bottom is where that line in and line out, it's a dual purpose input, is right here. Okay, let's just turn around here. On the back down here is the battery compartment. It contains, or you use 4 AA batteries, and if you want to, you can use rechargeable batteries, and by using the AC adapter it will recharge those batteries while they're in the radio. And I'll talk about that a little more because they've added some more features about even that function. Like I say, this radio has a lot of functions. I probably won't get to all of them. And then, of course, it's got the little stand so you can set it down on your desk. And the telescopic antenna. So, let's go back to the front. Now, I know this won't show up very well on my camera. Let me just try something real quick here. Now, can't read it either. Okay, let me go back so you can see the full radio again. Okay, what I was going to tell you is there are various functions on all these buttons. There's a lot of buttons. Okay, here, of course, is a numeric keypad so that you can direct tune a station. Just plug in the number, hit the type of mode it is, whether it's AM, FM, stereo, whatever, and boom, you're on that station. And then over here is some function buttons. And a couple of them are used for, well, let's just go down here. The top one is to select whether that port over here is line in or line out. It also is used to select the time zone that you want to use that's displayed when the radio is off or down here in this little, down here in this little window. Going down, the next button is used for editing the 700, now I said 700 memories that you can store frequencies on in 700 memories. So this is a button, this particular one is for copying, pasting from one stored location to another stored location. That's what that's for. The next one button down is for erasing a memory location, clear it out. And then the bottom one down here is for turning the light on and off. And you also push this button down here if you want to edit one of the memory locations. Now, right now, the light is on. The back light is on. It's a blue, as you can see. It's on. Anytime you're connected to AC, your backlight will be on. So, well, I take that back. I can turn it off. So you can turn it off. Normally, when you turn the radio on, it's on, and it stays on. But you can turn it off. Okay, so that's cool. Now, when you're running on batteries, the backlight doesn't come on normally. You can push that button, and it will come on for like 10 seconds and then turn off. Now, another feature, while we're talking about the backlight, I'm going to unplug the AC adapter. Okay. And this is what it would look like right after you just turn it on without the AC adapter. No backlight. But another neat feature is if you start tuning, okay, what did I do wrong? Okay, turn the backlight on. And we're watching the backlight right now, and it should turn off. Hopefully it'll turn off. Ah, good, turned off in 10 seconds. Now, did you see that? As I touched the tuning dial and started to tune, the backlight came on. And it will stay on as long as you're tuning. As soon as you stop tuning, after about 10 seconds, it will go off. So if I hit this button, go to tune, it's on. If I keep turning that button, it'll stay on. It'll stay on as long as I'm tuning. So even in battery mode, operating on batteries, your backup light comes on automatically while you're tuning. And then after you stop tuning, see, it turns itself off. Okay, so I'll plug the AC back in. So that's an unusual feature that you don't normally see on a radio. Would you believe it? The phone's ringing. Okay, sorry for that interruption here. I'm trying to hurry and the phone rings. Okay, I got to get moving on. I've got 15 minutes already. Okay, modes. Right now it's in FM mode, and it's on a mono station, so it's telling me mono, it's not stereo. I can turn up the volume for a second here, although I've kind of detuned the station.
Against foreclosure. When people come to our office, they're often in a state of panic, mainly because they don't know what options are.
Okay, there's AM, there's FM station. What I noted when I was trying this radio out is both AM and FM works very well. They lock on the stations. They've got good quality audio coming out of this little speaker. They work very good. So I'm not going to review that when I do the part 2. I'm only going to review the shortwave listening reception. So I'm not going to review the AM and FM because good reception on AM and FM is not unusual. Even the $10 Kobe had good AM and FM reception. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, well, let's go down here. Here's where you select the FM band. And you can, like I say, you can direct dial it, hit FM, it'll go to that frequency. Next one over is the AM band. It's also the AM, meaning the normal AM 540 to 1300 kilohertz. And if you push it again, it will give you the aircraft band. The next one over is the shortwave band. That's a shortwave band selection. The next button over, and I'm sorry I have my finger in the way, is the synchronous detect when you're on AM, either commercial or AM shortwave. That's the synchronous button you hit to get into synchronous mode. When you're in FM mode, it's the RDS mode to receive RDS information from the FM station. And you can select what you want to receive. You can select whether you want to receive the call sign or you want to receive the information about what's playing or whatever. So you got, I think I like 3 choices of information you can receive. Here right now it defaults to the text mode. Okay. Now, as I'm running out of time, I don't have time to explain all these function buttons, but there are 7 function buttons up here. Now, normally what you would use those 7 buttons for is to select one of your stored memories. So you use this button over here called page, and you select what page or bank, like in terms of the scanner radio, what bank, and then once you go to that bank, then you can select what memory location within that bank you want to choose. So this button gives you 100 pages times, for each page you get 7 memory locations. So that's where they get the 700 locations for storing your stations, so that you can just quick tune them. Down here, over here, is up arrow and down arrow. That's used for quick tuning. Now when I say quick tuning, it tunes the frequency at a faster rate or increment, faster increment than using the knob over here. Okay, right now I'm at 102.9, whoops, 102.9, and if I push this button, get my finger out of the way, it went up 10 counts to 103.0. If I use this, it's only going up 0.05. So it gives you a finer tuning. And that changes depending on what band you're on. So let's, for instance, if I go to shortwave, okay, I'm at 9.66 megahertz. And if I push the up arrow, it goes to 9670, 75, and then if I turn this, it's incrementing only by 1. So that's how you do your fine tuning. You also can use this button to automatically search for stations. So if you push and hold this button, it starts searching until it finds a strong station. Now I've got the antenna down, so it's not going to receive much on shortwave. So that's how that works. And then you can, and then you've got a couple of modes that you can use in that auto tuning. You can tell what to do when it finds a station. You can tell it to stop on the station, stay there for X number of seconds, and then go on. You can also tell it to stop on a station and stay there until you start the scan again, or you start tuning it. So that's a couple of modes. There's also a function, which I don't have time to get into, where you can be in the scan mode, and for instance, when you're in FM mode, you can do a scan store. So what it will do is it will scan your FM band, and when it finds a station, it will not only stop momentarily, but it will store it in one of the memories. So it stores it for you automatically. So that's another function. So like I say, this radio has got a lot of functions. I've probably missed some of them because it's got so many. Like I said, these F buttons up here, F1, 2, 3, whatever, they have various functions. Also, the radio has, I'm up to 22 minutes. This is going to be bad. The radio has a sleep timer, which you know how much I like sleep timers. And this one, you can set the time to a minute by minutes. So you can set it to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Unlike some of my other radios, it's an increment of 30 minutes, whatever. And for instance, the function keys here can also be used, and this is another feature that blows my mind. It can also be used that when you're charging batteries, by using the function keys, you can tell it how long you want it to charge the battery. I've never seen that on the radio. So that's another function. And like I say, there's other functions of these F keys. I won't get into them because I'm really running out of time here. Trying to think of anything else. I'd read some reviews of this radio by other people, and it's been a little bit hit and miss, and I'm concerned that there might be a quality control problem, because this radio that I got, this particular radio, has had no problems that I can remember. I can't remember having any problems with it. I've read reports excuse me, where people have had problems with the AC adapter, that it causes line noise. I have no problems with my AC adapter. I've read where people have had problems with their radio where the audio out of the speaker doesn't sound good. Now, the good thing about purchasing things from Amazon is that it's very easy to return things. Number one, they pay for the return shipping. Number two, it's basically no questions asked, except they do ask you to make some comment so they know, if there's really something wrong with the radio or you just didn't like it. But you can easily return the radio for either an exchange or a credit. So that's a good thing about buying things from Amazon. One reason I buy most of my stuff, especially electronic stuff, if they have it available from Amazon. So anyway, that's kind of the review for the day. I didn't get to cover everything. I'm up to 25 minutes. I don't want to go any longer because it's going to take probably 10 hours to upload this video. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. If you have any questions, or you've got one of these radios and you've got a comment, please leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed to my videos, please subscribe to my videos. That gives me an indication that you're enjoying these videos and I'm doing things right. That's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.